So let's take a use case, right? So what is a very common thing is when I'm doing some research, I want to kind of get some illustration out of it many times to understand the research better, to explain it better, or to just present it to someone else. So here I've taken a query, do a literature review on Alzheimer's biomarkers for early detection, uh, including which markers best track the stage and progression of Alzheimer's, and create an illustration. Right. So here it did a literature search. So it started with deep search, in which it did a lot of size-based searches to get as many papers as they can. Now, if you look at deep search output, uh, yeah, so this is where you'll get the papers, and then you can add a lot of columns here based on what you want the data to be extracted. Then it also, because this was a literature search, it did a lot of searches on SciSpace, full text, Google Scholar. It searched my library also. Like I don't have any papers on this topic, so it did not find any. It searched Google Scholar, PubMed. It fired very complex Boolean queries so that it can get as much papers as possible, even with date filters and so on and so forth. Right. So eventually, this is the final list of papers that it got after combining from everything. And you can see a relevance score as well. So some are highly relevant. That will go below the scores will keep on reducing. So once the literature review is done, now uh, I have extracted the insights from this paper. So this is a kind of insight document. What are the markers with citations again? From which paper it came, you can flow to that paper. What is the abstract? You can cite it. You can get the PDF wherever available. You can bookmark this to take it into your library. And this is with the table and everything. Uh, you have insights, right? So that insight is printed here. Let me uh, scroll to what it did next. Right? So I asked it to create an image illustration to explain the insights from this research. Now it went and so all the inside information it used to create this image, right? Um, Yeah. So this is the image from all the information that we have got from research. Uh, you can maybe validate better since I am from an AI research domain, but anyone who is in this domain can evaluate better. Uh, and the interesting thing is you can always ask it on, to improve the image. Let's say you don't like something, you say something is wrong according to you, you can just say, hey, let's say the PET imaging uh, has XYZ issue and please fix it and give your feedback. So it will generate a new image. Or let's say you can say change the timeline for preclinical age from 10 to 20 years to 5 to 10 years, example. Uh, and it will change that image. So this gives a lot of control to the user as well as uh, the creativity in this image is very high. So these images are something you won't find anywhere on web because they are generated by AI ad hoc based on the information like passed, the exact numbers, everything that is passed to it. Right. So this is one of the use cases where step one is do research, and then step two is use that research to generate an image. Uh, right. So we'll check if we have any questions, but we can uh, take all the questions towards the end. Also, I think Deepak will uh, you know, gather all the questions and then we can go through them. And then, right. So let's take another use case. Okay. So here, what I did is I had an image uh, of autogamy pollination, right? And now I wanted this image to be better. So I just asked it, hey, enhance this image to make it more realistic. Ensure no factual details are changed from the image. Very simple prompt, right? So it generated an image. It looked at this image, understood, okay, what all can be improved. It gave that as a prompt. This is the new image, right? Now you can again compare. So it's a much more enriching, better looking image with similar labels. And if you find something again wrong or something to improve, you can always give it feedback. But this is another use case where you might have existing images that you might have created through any other tool or from existing papers that you want to enhance before you present it, or any of those use cases. And you can simply use this, right? So yeah, I think at least in terms of the quality of the image, this is much better than this original image, right? In terms of how realistic it looks and the resolution of the image as well. This is a very good output image. This is another use case, right? Let me take you through another situation. So another use case. So I picked this paper, which is a very popular paper by Google DeepMind and a lot of institutes, right? So highly accurate protein structure prediction with AlphaFold. So this is a decently old paper, but a decently popular paper as what I could say. So 2 million accesses and 33 citations. So I've used this paper for a lot of the use cases that I'm showing next, right? Okay. Let's pick up this, right? So yeah, let's pick up. So what I've said is this is a PDF I'm uploading, which is the uh, AlphaFold protein structure paper, uh, which has a lot of good images in itself, and uh, it's a very thorough paper, uh, right? So I've asked it, pass this image and create illustration-based slides for this paper. Generate images for each slide. Keep number of slides up to 7, not more than that. Insert slide images are suited for academic purposes. Now you can, this is a bit short of a prompt, but you can give a lot more details. Keep the color than this, use this font, ensure that the dimensions, this and that. You can give a lot more. But this is a kind of a draft that I want to show of the possibilities that you have, right? And I've seen a lot of people write suggest that they can write a lot of styles. If you search on web for image generation, a lot of people are writing very big prompts. They're giving details of what how the heading should look, how the content should look, and whatnot. So I've just given it should be suited for academic presentation and under the agent some what it wants. So first step, it parsed the PDF. Right now, it got the entire PDF in MP format where all the content is there, including the images. They are in link format and can read it. So now it says now I'll create 7 academic presentation slides with custom illustration for each, and let me design the slides. So, right, so this is the first slide that it has created. Uh, right, very fancy looking. Uh, Now this is the so it found that probably it is bit too fancy, so it created a more professional looking description, which is more suitable for academic. Uh, Now it started going through each, creating one slide after another. So this is the second slide. Uh, you can see the bluish green theme is pretty consistent. Uh, Again, this is third slide. This is some graphs from the paper, which it kind of recreates to make it look better. So a lot of time in my research, what I've done is if there's a graph on the paper, I just pick it as is and put it in my paper. Here, you have the option where the agent can kind of for the same graph, same numbers can do a lot better job in the final output, right? The next slide, what is the impact, applications in drug discovery, disease understanding, biotech, structural biology. Yeah, and so these are some of the slides it created. Uh, what it did later is because these are images, it created a web page. Uh, this is the Yeah, so it wrote a web page which is referencing all of that, and you can download it also. So I've downloaded it entirely. It also created a zip file. I'll just show you how that looks. Okay. So this is the final slide, how it looks. Uh, and you can, just this index or HTML that you can download and you can present this as is, right? So this is the next, and it has some added some text also. Uh, Right. Innovations. Yeah. So that's a slide use case. And better the prompt, better the final output. So you can tell to put a lot more text in the slides, or the slide itself to look like half text and half image, and it will create accordingly. Right. So this is another use case of uh, present using the slide based images for a paper. Right. So let me go back to so. Okay. Uh, so yeah, this is another use case. I hope it's available in some cases. Uh, okay, so if when we were going through this agent gallery, right, uh, we checked for image uh, generation or generation. Just yeah, so create charts, create images, all of that. So one of these use cases I have picked up, and you can also pick up. Right? So you can just say. So let's run this task while we are at it. So if it's a create CAR-T cell generation comparison scientific illustration in a clean infographic style. Now here we have given very detailed prompts. So this is something the agent gallery prompts are something that you can use. So here we say flat 2D smooth rounded shapes in dark outline, solid white background, no textures, no gradient except very soft tool. So this is very professional prompt. And you can also use ChatGPT or even SciSpace to generate these prompts. Right? We also say use 16:9 aspect ratio for the output. And we can just run this and let it run while we are discussing other parts of this. So one thing I would say is to trigger scientific illustration, I would say always ensure you have this word of create scientific illustration in your prompt. That is a strong indication to use this workflow to create this infographic, right? And you can mention the aspect ratio and everything that you need. So this prompt from agent galleries are quite good. So similarly, we had another prompt, create a workflow diagram showing protein overexpression and purification on bacteria. So again, a lot of style suggestions, and this is how the audit looks like. Right? So protein overexpression and purification from bacteria has all the steps, and this is a final product. Uh, Anyone who is from this field can evaluate it better. And you can always, if follow up questions, make it this color. But if for all the scientific we should always ask it to keep it in white background if possible. That's so on. So that will just remains the thing. Right. Let's say if the party is relations on. So it might take somewhere at least to 10 minutes. Uh, okay. In that time, we can, try to take another ex- example. So the similar paper that I uploaded, right? AlphaFold. Here, what I did is I asked it to understand this paper thoroughly and create various images to summarize this paper. I don't want slides. I just want different ways in which I can understand this paper. So it first understood the paper, right? So these are comprehensive summary. What all it has done in this paper. Now, uh, now it started creating visual summaries. So uh, it decided I'll create several images covering different aspects. So the first image is this, right? And it's a single image to explain the paper in a way. Uh, Second image, so we can go through all of the images. So this is the second image of the neural network architecture. Uh, Third image is about the results. Fourth image is about the prediction pipeline, its impact on science. This is a very detailed image. If you look at for each of the small aspects, it has given a lot of details: protein engineering, molecular replacement, so on and so forth. Um, Now it created a one-page scientific poster. So that's another great use case in itself, right? We all want to create posters for our conference presentations or any other presentations, right? So this poster is generated. That was another use case I was going to cover, but it has done that job here itself, uh, where for a PDF it's able to create a poster. Again, in poster, there are lot many instructions you can give, what theme you want, what dimensions you want. Sometimes you want a vertical, portrait dimension poster. Sometimes it's landscape dimensional uh, poster, and many times it's custom dimensions. You want how many components do you want, what colors, scheme you want, all of those. Other aspect could be you just upload an existing poster and ask it, hey, use this color theme. That is also a great option, right? So you can do that also. Yeah, so it has created so many images to summarize this paper during the poster by itself. Um, yeah, this is one use case. Let's go back to the car the edition. So yeah, this is generated, right? Uh, Structural evolution. So first generation, second generation, fourth, fifth. You can say, hey, the make each generation image a bit smaller and avoid overlaps. Let's see. So let's say I did not like that each of them is overlapping each other. So I asked it to make it smaller, uh, each generation panel. So it understood the task. And we can now see how it will create an improved version. Let's see if it does the job. Okay, we can vary weights. We can do another use case. So we have done poster, we have done slides, we have done summaries, we have done research-based infographics, we have done just bio logic-based infographics. We have done follow-ups. We'll see some outputs soon. Another use case that we can do, at least I can think of personally, is you have a data set. You want to analyze the data set, and you want a visualization of that analysis, right? So normally, in analytics world, there are dashboards and Tableau and all of these things, but here with some prompt itself, you can have visualizations that you can present to others, share to others, right? Very easily. So here I've uploaded a data set, which is a survey data set for different use cases, species ID and length and all of those things, up to gender and so on. So I've asked it to analyze this data set uh, and create an illustration to explain the insights from this. So you have seen from previous webinars and from maybe years of own experience that SciSpace agent can also do data analysis, right? So this is yes, your whatever data sets that you have, you can upload, ask it to analysis and analyze it in particular way what you want. It is good at writing Python code. It is good at executing uh, the code. It is good at installing a lot of the libraries as well. Right. So here again, it kind of checks the file a bit like first line 20 rows to get an idea of what all columns are there. Then it writes a Python script based on that to do some analysis itself. We can check the output of that itself. Right. So it runs the Python script. Uh, it understands what all the ranges, total records, anything missing, total living species, distribution, plots, weight, statistics, input length, temporal trails. So it did a very thorough analysis. Like it's kind of a good analysis. Now, it also wrote a file to create some visualization to understand the data. So before it created the illustration, it wanted to kind of one part is getting the numerical analysis, but other part is looking at it. So like we understand better when we look at visualization. the agent decided, let me create visualization to understand the trends and stuff better. So it wrote some code to create visualizations. And this is the okay, this it saved the final visualization dashboard of sorts. So you can check that itself first. Uh, so this is the dashboard that it created for all of the analysis. Right now, looking at analysis agent has a clear idea of what the data set talks about. Now it decided, okay, let me now create the illustration, because to illustration it has to tell what to chart there, exactly what numbers to put there. So for that, if it can look at an analysis, then it will be better at giving time, right? So now it asks for image generation, and this is the output, right? Uh, so here it's showing some insights, and all of these outputs. Now, if you look here, the spatial coverage looks off. There's no trend shown there. So that's something as a uh, let's say something that we didn't like. So then what we can do is give a follow-up question. So this is what it gave a summary of all the thing, all the tasks it did. And I asked a follow-up question. Special coverage part of the limit image looks incorrect. Please fix it. Right. So it again did some analysis. Right, analyzing plot specific data. So it did another analysis basically, understood the numbers, right, and then it created another image. So now, if you look, it has fixed this plot. It has also updated some parts of the existing things, but it has mainly fixed this plot. Now, if someone's feedback could be there are too many mice in my picture above them. It should be able to do that as well. But this is how the feedback loop runs here, uh, right? And then it has told what it wants. Some follow-up questions, and you can decide like your feedback, positive, negative, based on what you felt. So so this is another use case of data analysis using this illustration, right? So the rest of the data analysis will be done, let's say, by writing Python scripts. But finally, the agent can create a visualization for it. All right, we can go back to that car T cell evolution. Okay, so if you look at the first diagram, add a lot of overlaps. We asked it to kind of make it smaller. So it has made it smaller and there is no overlap, right? So this is another way of giving feedback. Uh, and you might have tons of excuses, which is what we would be eager to understand from your feedbacks and uh, Reddit threads and so on, that what use case did you like? How did you use it? Because these are the use cases we can think of, but pretty sure users will think of a lot more and much more better.